Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the PS4. I am the Big B82 and this is part 48 of my Discovery Era Science Officer. I'm about to undertake the next selection missions here on New Romulus. We're over here in the Paehhos Crater to do some missions here. We'll start with the crater mission, and then we'll do the actual mission in this area, which is the Overgrown caves. And then we'll round it all off with some cutscenes back in the colony and the city. I don't know if they call it the first city or whatever, but back on the New Romulus main capital city. So I'm going to speak with my good chum behind us, so as you can see, we're to offer to help out in the Paehhos Crater, and let's speak with him. Greetings, Admiral. So we'll ask him about himself. So of course no one here has any speaking lines, so there's no point in hoping he was going to speak, because he's not. So I have been bouncing from colony to colony since the home world was lost, looking for, I don't know, looking for a meaning, a purpose. We were lost so much, it's overwhelming. I've taken whatever jobs paid for passage to the new world, to the next world, and I didn't think this would be any different. But it is different here. I feel a sense of belonging, and I thought I was gone forever. This forest is already home for me. Maybe Obsec and Datang were alright. Maybe this time it can be different. Okay. This is the entrance to the Paehhos Crater, a place of great beauty and great danger. My teams are studying the flora and fauna in the area, but the danger is slowing our progress. If it was just the beasts to contend with, we wouldn't be so bad, but the Hirogen here have shown a marked preference for hunting my team members. You made it all the way out here, which means you're interested enough to make the hike. If you want to help, I have plenty of tasks that need to be done. So let's accept. So we've got to scan the local creatures, observe them, and also deal with some Hirogen hunting parties. Now the Hirogen hunting parties are pretty random. To the spec, I have absolutely no fucking idea where they are. And the plant life, they give us a pretty good winding area to go out to, so we don't have to stay within the confines of the actual crater, so we can actually go further afield. As long as you stay within the boundaries of the yellow marker, you're within the boundaries of the scanning. So this is a armoured Hafen. Now, every so often, sometimes they may turn hostile towards you. He's more than easily dealt with. Where the hell are the Hirogen? Ah, there you go. Not that he actually stood a bloody chance. I do find the Hirogen increasingly annoying. Nothing that I can't handle. Some radiation to scan. It's not an exciting mission, unfortunately, but, you know, it is what it is. And the white dots do indicate wildlife that we can actually scan. Before the radiation here. Oh, that's a big bastard. Like I say, some will turn hostile. Some don't, some do. Not got a Scooby where any of the erosion are though. Great hunters are not very good at their job, are they? First going to turn hostile. Not like you wanted to. Now, one thing that does annoy me about this game, as opposed to Star Wars, was that if you met a hostile, like a creature attacking you, and you dragged it back to the area where it's controlled by a friendly, the base personnel in that area would open fire. It also happened to me when I decided to go into a Imperial section on Alderaan. So as soon as you're a hostile, they open fire on you, and here you can drag them back to the base and they just won't give a shit, just happily stare at you and like blank faces. Anyway, thank you for your assistance, Admiral. Our colony needs this forest. You feel close to the elements here. The forest has a voice, and it's our duty to listen and understand. Great. A hippie. Right. And I just wasted a power that I didn't need to. Anyway, so let's get the mission now. While we're actually here. The Overgrown Caves. We've received a message from a science team exploring a series of caves here in the Paehhos Crater area. They seem to be having some trouble with and now one of the scientists is missing. It may be nothing, but I feel that if we had a trained team check it out, please find the science team leader in the Overgrown Caves. He should be able to tell you more. Okay. So the Overgrown Caves are over here, where a random player is standing, which is with his Borg companion. And let's enter the Overgrown Cave instance with our usual away team. Okay, I don't know why it keeps on telling me about the epic being. I've done it earlier. I don't understand why it keeps telling me. I picked up and dropped it. It's like I don't care. Anyway, let's speak to the Romulan science team leader.
I'm very glad you could take time to assist us. We've been having some strange occurrences lately. Noises we can't identify are being heard deep in the caves, and our supplies keep disappearing. One of my scientists volunteered to investigate, and he hasn't returned. Would you be willing to look for him? Any scans you could take when you're in the caves would also be very helpful.
Yes, we'll look for him. Okay, so we have some artifacts to scan as well. The this doesn't need to. You can't. Yeah, for the achievement here. I don't know if it showed accolade here, but is there an accolade from Romulus? Yeah, I think once we scan it, it should show it. But you have to do this mission over and over again because there's like an artifact in here that you scan, and you need to scan it again to. But basically, it's just telling you the story of the planet before the Romulans came here in the time of the Sundering. Right. Now, where is that cave entrance? Over here. Okay. Now there was some good news. Finally, the temporal ambassador has been fixed. Now, on my recent playthroughs, I've had some problems with it, and a certain area where it will crash. Well, it has been fixed now, according to the devs. So hopefully, I'll be able to play it when I actually get there. So I won't need to skip it, which is good news. I'll test it off stream with another character who has to have it done, and see if it is actually working, so I don't waste my time. These Daewon arthropods are related to the guys, the sand scorpions on Nimbus 3. So if you have a accolade to kill them, just head to Nimbus 3. Okay, so we have some holographic technology going on here. Oh. That looks Folian.
I managed to clear up some of the interference. I am detecting Tholian life signs ahead of your coordinates. Please proceed with caution.
Now, the Folians. Now, if there ever was an extremely xenophobic, angry race, it would be the Folians. The Folians are flooding this area with low level of thorium particles. The particles won't harm us in small doses, but it could be an attempt to trick our tricorders. I suggest we stay alert. Let's release the captive scientist. I don't know what happened. Well, mate, you were captured by the Folians, that's what happened. Intruder converge, locate deadly force. Yeah. Typical Folian response. The Folians seem to have gathered information on the Daewon ruins. They appear to be especially interested in the relationship between the Daewons and the Iconians. The idea with these guys with Iconian technology, considering how dangerous they really are, that would be bad. The Fodians seem to be collecting extensive data about Day 1 technology. They seem to be particularly interested in artifacts relating to gateway technology. I mean, the only time that the Federation had any inter meetings with Fodian gateway technology, or Iconian gateway technology, was well, it didn't end well, let's just say. Hello, fellas. He's not the big boss. He's not the captain. He's equally as annoying as a captain, but he's not the captain. Alright. Where's the big boss? Where's the captain? Here he is. That is a miniature runabout. I got that from the Gamma reputation, in case you're wondering. The electricity I fired out, that which is that one. That one, it's from the Kari. You have some ground ones and you have some space-bound ones. Captain, the Fodians have several flora samples in quarantine. They may be attempting small experiments to see if the planet could be made habitable for them without environmental suits. Of course, if a planet is inhabitable for the Fodians, it will be uninhabitable for humanoids. Yeah, something tells me I don't think the Fodians give a rat's ass. So I'm detecting an unusual energy signature here. It's similar to the rifts on the Cora Prime, but more stable. And we know that the Fodians are trying to harness the rifts as a form of transportation to another dimensions. If I had to guess, I would say that the Fodian transporter wouldn't want to try it though. There's no telling where it would end up. And I think, is this going to be the Day 1 thing? Where is it? It's the artifact. Alright, let's shut down the portal. However, much like the other space instance, we should not leave here just yet. So let's hand it in. I'm glad you were able to find the missing scientist, but I never expected those caves would be overrun with Fodians. We're sending more security down to protect the science team, but they are determined to finish their work. Thanks to you, they'll have a chance to do so. vehicles. Sonic disruptors. These weapons are designed to kill Folians. I'm not quite sure why there's. Anyway, let's pick up the next mission, which is a cutscene. Should appear at some point. Come on. Oh, come on. Where are you? I don't want to exit the cage because there's a cutscene I need to see. Oh, it's being awkward. Pissing when it does this. Oh, this is the Daewin thing. What is it saying it's over there? Stupid thing. Accolade, the last day of the Daewins, part 8. And if you come into the accolades, it's in here somewhere. Or accolades, there you go. Last day of the Daewins. These are our last days. In a few decades at most, my people will be extinct. Small groups of us have retreated to the cage like this. The only places left that are safe from the killing cold have settled our world over this planet. We have limited resources and no way to get more. It will be thousands of years before the surface is safe again. By then it will be too late. As I write this story in the final days of the Daewin civilization, I am struck by how similar our situation is to our ancestors. They too suffered through great hardship, but unlike us, they found a way to survive. If anyone finds this record, remember us. Once we lived and loved this planet. We raised children and mourned our dead. We created a great civilization and destroyed it for our own mistakes. We existed. Sucks. That's not the right one. Oh yeah, finally, web access.
We've received another anonymous message. This time, it's about something going on in one of the old cave systems. Check it out, and report back to me personally. As always, this information is classified.
Yeah, but I don't report to you. Beginning message playback. The Tal Shiar aren't our biggest problem. As you've probably seen, the Folians have an interest in this planet too. Go to the cave entrance in the small crater in the forest. Find the Folian console. Use these codes. They have to work. They have to. And that's why I said don't beam out. Come over here and we'll get a nice cutscene. These Folian access codes look like they'll give us a tunnel directly into their main system logs. Accessing now. They work. Are you ready to view the logs? pretty determined, ain't they? Wait, does that mean the Tholian's attack on the vault is nothing more than a distraction? Also, why are these artifacts so important? Preparing to submit the recording to command now, sir. Now we have completed web access. We can now leave. But like I say, you have to come back to complete the story. So multiple times to complete what happened to the Daemons on their last days. It's a tragic story. Anyway, let's exit the cave. Return back to the surface. Right, so now we need to head to the capital for the last mission here on this part of New Romulus. And again, it tells me I have completed it. Yes, and I know I have. I need to be reminded. Greetings, Admiral. The TAN has formally requested your presence in one of the research facilities in the city of New Romulus. Please report immediately. Thank you. Okay, that's the mission. So, because we have done our due diligence and completed the transporter systems, we can just transport straight to the staging area. Which will lead us which we can go straight up into the capital city. And it again will tell me, you have failed! No, it hasn't. Okay, so let's go and do another cutscene, which will not be in Tholian. I assume you are here to attend the meeting with the TAN.
I'm grateful for all you've done for our colony. We wouldn't be as far along as we are without your assistance. That's why I wanted you here today, to hear for yourself some of what we found. Doctor?
What we found in our archaeological surveys is that the planet was populated long before our people arrived after the Sundering. We've discovered multiple ruins from that time period that correspond to the few historical records we still have. Most of our data from that era was lost with the homeworld.
And the sword?
I'm ready to confirm that the blade found at the battle site is the sword of the Raptor Star. We don't have a visual record of the sword, but the one we have matches written accounts, and a quantum analysis shows signs of masterwork. Something like this could have only been made by Saharian.
We were right to come here. The sword will become a symbol of our reborn civilization. You were saying there was an earlier culture. What do you know about them?
The oldest ruins we've found are approximately 150,000 years old, but I suspect that there may be some even older, based on preliminary findings that are still being analyzed. These people were quite advanced. While the oldest ruins show a culture that was defined by its devotion to a series of deities, later they developed technology, art, even spaceflight. Roughly 150,000 years ago, however, there was some sort of worldwide seismic event. Every volcano on the planet erupted, presumably blocking out the sun. Ambient temperatures dropped dramatically. The radiation count spiked. We're still repairing that damage. The survivors of this cataclysm retreated to caves in the warmest areas of the planet, but they died out soon afterward.
And what caused this event?
We're still working on that. We have found a new site deep underground near an active volcano, but there are massive power spikes unrelated to the magma flow. If there is a source of the seismic instability, it should be there. We would have to send down a team to investigate, though, and it is quite dangerous. I wouldn't send anyone down without an environmental suit. I could go myself, but...
I'm not ready to authorize you to do that, Doctor. Our people have too few scientists left. You and your crew are better equipped and trained for something like this. I know I'm asking a great deal, especially after all the help you've given us already. But your being here shows that my people and yours don't have to be adversaries. Not anymore. Not all Romulans think cooperation like this is possible. I do. Are you willing to see it through to the end?
Oh, in fact, my character's eyes are going... no. Alright, looks like it's up to us, sir, and we should be prepared to full waiting for this assignment. I should also note that we have been given permission to view the security footage from that presentation. Just return this to the location and ask the security officers. Shall I file a report on these findings? File the report. Okay, there's an event going on. It's in the Iska Forest. It's not bothered with that. I don't know where the hell that is. I think that's over here. I'm going to kill Folians, but I'm not bothered by that. I don't have to do it. So that is the end of part 48. When we return in part 49, we're doing that, the power source, and also the last of the missions, which ironically is down here in the Hyrule ruins where that event's currently going on. So I'm the Big B82. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comments are welcome, and I appreciate any thumbs up as well. And I will see you in part 49, the end of our time here on New Romulus, and then we get back into some space stuff. Until then, thank you very much. Ciao for now.